Empire
We've got
for
long
years
timers,
and years.
yeah.
Yeah, so
Back when it was Springfest, right? Yeah.
yes, so and even before
That was
Orlando,
back when
I
Jared
did one
and
of these
Kat used to come.
shows where it was in Southern Florida. So
No,
this is probably my third or fourth.
the first time when we were together,
Empire,
when we came
and I
together
haven't
with
been here
Lisa.
for almost 10 years, I guess. So it's nice. Like, I don't need that much time in between shows, though. Come on.
Yeah.
Every 10 years, I'll swing by and meet some more horror fans. I don't think so.
It's the next generation each time, isn't
Yes.
it? Yeah, absolutely. So you got your start in theater, on the stage.
Yeah, I graduated. I went to college. I went to the University of Pennsylvania, and I was a theater major, but there was no theater major. So I was actually an English major. So I had to take. We had comprehensive exams back then, where you had to know stuff like Jane Austen. Yeah, I knew I'd studied Shakespeare. Certainly, it was Elizabethan. But I went to drama school in London after I finished at Penn. And I had auditioned for a drama school there because that was my idea of get some training as an actor. And so I went to this drama school called LAMDA, the London Academy of Music and Dramatic Art, but they had no music. There was no music program. So, but they did study, and we did perform some classical, stage. And everyone there had to learn a standard British accent, because there were people from the US and people from different parts of England with regional dialects. So we all had to sort of sound the same on stage. So it was a really terrific experience, I have to say.
Great, baseline for your future.
Yeah, well, yeah, for, just well-round training. Little did I know that I was training to become a werewolf 5 years later.
I don't think anyone predicts that, right?
No.
So you parlayed that into commercial work?
Yeah, so I, returned after Lambda. I went back to New York. And that's where I sort of started, and I had always dreaded, well, look, I don't want to just show up in New York and say, okay, I'm an actor. How do you even start? But that's sure enough what happened. I had this whole notion of wanting to do regional theater, but they weren't hiring young guys for the whole season. So I started in New York, and that was my thing, was just going up for different, off-Broadway. Actually, my first job was a production of Hamlet. Sam Waterston, who many of you know from Law and Order for years and years, but his production of Hamlet at the New York Shakespeare Festival, and I was cast as one of the many. I wanted to have a costume change. It was a Tony Award nominated category, most costume changes in a Broadway show. I would have possibly been nominated for that because I was one of the soldiers in all the different armies, and got an opportunity.
And the everyman.
Yeah, and was in the player scene, and on and on and on. And it was a cast of a lot of people that were unknown at the time. My roommate was Mandy Patinkin.
Oh, little name.
Little name. John Hurd,
Princess Bride.
Bruce McGill, on and on. Jane Alexander. There were just a ton of people. Sam was, as I said, playing Hamlet, and it was one of the cool experiences having studied drama in England. But it was also an opportunity for me to learn how to play poker.
He was Robin Wright.
Because we were off stage for this play was 4 hours long. If you can imagine, you come to the show.
And a lot of dialogue.
Oh, it was. We did the uncut version of Hamlet, and it was 4 hours long. So it was a lot of downtime. So there'd be all these guys sitting around in the green room learning to play, 7 cards stud or 5 hold'em. But we'd all be dressed in these different costumes. So I'd be playing with the ghosts and other character soldiers. And of course, this is, I have to tell you this one story on me. So I'm never winning as a beginner. They're going, you'll learn, just keep feeding the pot. So I finally got a winning hand. I've got this big, full house, and I'm about to win. When the green room door opens and this guy yells, naughton! I realize I've been not listening to the box, which is the show, it's the play coming over, so you can listen for your cues. So I'm not dressed for the Ophelia scene in which she comes, with these pallbearers who are dressed in black hooded cloaks. And Hamlet's on stage looking at the vom. Now, a vomitorium is an entrance from below. So this is, it's a live stage. We're at the Lincoln Center. And he's going, who is this that comes? Well, no one's coming because Dave's playing poker with me. So I'm one of the pallbearers. So they yell my name. I go, oh, I don't have time to change. I got a white T-shirt on and some pants from another scene. So I just, go down there, and Ophelia's sitting in her coffin, looking at me, and she goes, "You're in trouble." So this is what's going on during the production. Yeah. So I lift up my pallbearer, and the other three guys are in cloaks, and I'm in a t-shirt. You know. And we walk up on stage, and I look at Sam, and he's looking, and he's continuing. I mean, that's a huge role. Hamlet never stops talking, and we finally got on there and, you know, did the thing. Now, the stage manager's in the back of the house, was the way this works. So he's not like right off stage. Usually, many theaters, the stage manager's right off stage. So when you come off, you can get, you know, it'll be right in your face. But this guy was in the back. So he couldn't get to me yet. But he obviously saw, why is this guy out of costume? And, you know, why are they late? And why is this guy in a white t-shirt in this scene? So after the show, the stage manager came down and everybody in the poker room went, please don't tell them, or they'll make sure that none of us could ever play poker during the show again. So don't tell them you were playing poker. Tell them you were, you know, something. Tell them anything. So he said, why were you late? And I said, I was in the bathroom. I couldn't hear the thing. He says, we have to go and apologize to Mr. Waterston for delaying that scene. And, you know, I thought, am I gonna get fired from this production? So this was my first job, joining Actors